So, my neck cut out, so this is really all the same night that I'm playing this. A continuation of the last part. Anyway, basically, long story short of how that one ended, that 1 in 129 chance, yeah, happened. So, we're
Clouds
back.
Parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
These all suck. I mean, I guess.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. Lapino's frantic message said that the Ravens were going to kill him for being a rebel spy. And that he had a clever plan. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse. Or so Lapino had told him over the far speaker anyway.
These choices all suck.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens?
Yes, please.
Can I not get there?
Fresh socks, thought Renato. Please be fresh socks.
Ew, that sounds so gross. Like his socks are so stank that he be trying to get new ones. Oh gosh.
Those flames really bring out your eyes.
How? What did I do so wrong there? Maybe I should have done that critical thing. It takes me a while to defeat enemies.
Sometimes, at home, he'd wave his sword around for hours. That was odd. Bernardo had been here, at this exact place, at this exact time. But this time, there were so many more ravens.
I don't think I noticed this path before. What? Ah, so this is how they're adding variety.
And reflected. The Sky Ripper had turned out to be far too dangerous to be used. Time to turn to what he knew best.
Yes.
His mother had never let him wave his sword around at home. He guessed he was still compensating for that.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice that was the enemy light.
This chest was really horrible. Get it?
Wow. At least they know they're being bad.
What's there? See? With enough leverage, you could go anywhere.
I just got level 2 for that? That's so awesome. Oh, okay, it auto-upgraded it. I think I went down this well before. What?
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lapino.
Well, unless he really was a traitor, obviously. Then they'd probably pin a medal on his chest.
He is a traitor, though. Like, we all know he is.
Lapino would betray him. But now Reynardo knew that. What would Lapino do if he knew that Lapino was going to betray him? Well, he'd concoct some crazy scheme, wouldn't he? That used Lapino's betrayal against him and it would blow up in space. Maybe
Wow.
he was overthinking this. Well, that would be a first.
Kinda wish the heal from this was a little better.
Dirty and bloody, Reynardo finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Reynardo recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The Ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
I have to go with the first option.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Renato's best friend in Sword Fu school. And you're still mad for her. The rabbit reminded him. They'd been close. She'd told him things no one else knew. But she'd never told him who she really was.
She knows all the Emperor's plans, chuckled the Master Spy.
She won't give them up easily.
She'll tell the interrogators, all right,
said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
I think I need to turn my heater down. A little hot. Or, you know, off. Wow. I be so hot. Hot flashes. My mom swears I'm picking up on her menopause. Well, at least this is a totally new area. All these bodies. Oh.
Interrupted story time.
Oh, fuck.
Now we'll never find out how it ended.
That's nice. It's just like right there for you. Yes, I have more physical resistance now.
Gogglers. Renato hated gogglers. It was almost impossible to sneak past them. If one didn't spot you, another one would.
Oi.
Should go, he thought.
Oh, to also to anybody who follows me for the fighting games, I was just on SRK and I read that Sean was meant to be shit in Third Strike in order to handicap better players. So I guess if like you and your buddy were playing some Street Fighter and you were that much better than him, you want to kick his face in, Sean is who you were supposed to use.
Time to die, he thought. And it was.
So what are your thoughts on that? Should there be when it comes to balance, is that just the wrong way of going about things because you're trying to cater to the competitive market, and in the competitive world you should try and make things as balanced as possible for tournament play? Or do you think it's good to have a character like that in place for those who are just starting with the game? Would love to know opinions on that one.
Touché, he said, and died.
We did it.
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lapino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lapino dressing as an old blind toad, and Reynardo hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Reynardo.
Sure, maybe he won't stab me then.
This is gonna be fun, said Lapino, as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan.
You know, I guess it'd be glowing if I could actually make a new one. It would have that yellow exclamation.
He's got a Superman issue #1 in mint condition in a jar he'd broken. He planned to keep breaking things until he had the whole series.
Fuck, I still don't have enough. How far away am I? Not very. Oh. Okay, combat gets a little rough later.
Hey, I'm a firefox, thought Reynardo.
Shit. Oh, and also my personal opinion on the whole Sean was meant to be a character so people could handicap themselves. Not in agreement on that one. Just not a fan of that whole mentality. Mind you, it's coming from the perspective of a competitive player, so perhaps I'm a little biased. It would be great actually to hear from both the casual side, if there's anybody who watches this and doesn't really play fighting games, what do you think? And of course the competitive side, which I understand a little more. Oh fuck, every time.
Renato wondered if he could learn to cook this way. Probably not.
Burnt raven.
Renato felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. But against all odds, Pino's idiotic plan worked. Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese, the net dropped, and Renato jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat.
You're kidding me.
She said. Are those new scars? They look good on you. You never returned my velvet jacket. It was my favorite.
We're gonna have like a couple's quarrel here.
Velvet. Oh, what does an imperial princess know about style? Oh, get a room, you two, said Latino.
But the fleet was coming on fast, so they put Zenobia on the Farfarer and took her east over the Nexus.
She'd vanished from Swordfish School, from his life, without even saying goodbye, without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Ah, Lapina was right, Renato thought reluctantly. She knows things. She recognized his look. You're taking me to the interrogators, aren't you? She said, wide-eyed. And then she jumped, with horror. Renato saw Zenobia plummeting. Then he saw the Nexus below them. Cats always land on their feet. Ah, she'll head for the Imperial outpost, yelled Lapino. You have to catch her.
He's kind of right.
Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer. If he ran, he could head her off before she reached her minions at the outpost. Well, he did love a good chase.
Don't get too excited now. Actually, you know what? On second thought, I'm going to cut it here. Thank you to everybody who watched this and the last part, since I didn't actually get to say that being it. I was cut off my internet going out. So thank you to everybody who watches. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me both on Twitter and Twitch as well. Same name as YouTube. Bye bye.